Hello, folks. I think I tried that last week, right? Hello,
Yeah.
folks. It's the Bargatze thing. What's going on? We're the flannel panel. We have a special guest, Eric, because Troy and Eric had a fun trip. Was it last week?
Last
2
weekend,
weeks
yeah,
ago.
or Monday.
Yeah.
Beginning of last week or something like that. And
What's
they were able to pick a barrel. So, what barrel did you get? We've seen the sticker. If you see if you've seen the thumbnail, it's pretty special. So, go ahead, Troy. What do you think?
Yeah, we got to go to New Riff and pick one of their single barrel rye picks. So it's a new program that just started this spring, I believe, or this summer, and it's just about over. I think we're one of the last picks to get to go. So it was limited barrels, but so yeah, we had a group go down, and I think we all had a pretty good time, and I think we did a pretty good job picking a nice barrel. So I'm
Yeah.
excited to get her back and see what it's like.
Yeah, Eric, didn't you have a your sample bottle out and you were praising
I
it pretty
do.
high? Yeah,
I do have my sample bottle. So our
awesome.
barrel was 107.20. It was distilled on 5/4/18. So
Cool.
And if I'd have been more with it, I would have liked to have had you guys samples already. So I'll work on sending out. It'll probably just be
Oh,
1 ounce or so. I don't know how many samples we can get out of 100 milliliters. I haven't
it's all
done
good.
the math,
You
but
had me a
Well,
new riff. Just send me a case and we'll call it good.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
they're out there. Well, not yet, but they will be.
Yeah, pretty quick too, right? There's a pretty quick turnaround on that.
30 days. 30
Wow.
days is what they told us. So
yeah,
they were great.
and I haven't heard anything for sure, but I think there's been a lot of pretty good reaction to it so far. A lot of interest in bottles, so I think we're gonna do pretty well with it. So I was
Yeah,
a little worried, but I think it's gonna.
So do you have to go? Do they just say if it's ready, you go back and pick it up, or do they ship? Do you have a distributor you send it to, or how does that work?
No, we'll have to go back down and get them. They'll
Oh
have them
yeah.
cased up, and we'll get the barrel. And we got 3 or 4 barrel heads coming. They bring the barrel heads out for you, and you can sign them, but then they don't give them to you that day. I don't know, but I guess they got to put there's a nameplate with barrel information they put on it and stuff. So
cool.
We definitely need to see some Smokey and the Bandit type
Oh yeah.
video clips on the way back.
oh yeah, I'll have to record some stuff. But I know last time we went down there, we combined picking that up with some store hopping. So we came back with a loaded truck full of whiskey, and JJ even bought a couple cases of Miller Lite because there must have been a shortage in Ohio that weekend or something. But yeah, it was on sale.
Hey,
That's funny.
Hey, Michelle.
Michelle's here.
Vegas.
Yeah. Vegas. Corey. So in the little description, I said Corey was at just in Vegas for his little escapades, but we'll have to do that next week. He had some unexpected things come up, so we're hoping all is well with him, but we miss him for sure. So Eric, this was your first pick, right? I
This was
believe.
my first pick, yes.
Yeah, and how's the experience? I've never done one, so I'm
So,
living vicariously
I've
through you.
so I've never done one either. However, I think New Riff has to be up there in their hospitality and what they do. So they took us in to their pick facility, facility just for their single barrel program, and we get to do a tour of that. So you get to see their rick houses and kind of their single barrel pick area. I think their bottling was in that same
Yeah,
building.
I think they bought it mine.
Yep, and so we went through that, and then they take you back into this room, and I mean it's absolutely gorgeous. They have huge chandeliers, and they have it very very well decorated and set up for you. And laid our barrels out, and we got to go through that, and they kind of leave you alone and do your drink, and then they come back and ask you which one you picked and tell you that you were wrong or right, and yeah, then they, like I said, 30 days, but they were very, very, I thought they had a great setup. We even toured their distillery the day before, and that was pretty cool as well. I mean, much smaller than most of the distilleries that we do on the Bourbon Trail, but really, really, really cool place. So I
I,
don't have anything bad to
I,
say about New Riff at all.
I think we
how
kind of
did the pick
shortchanged
go?
ourselves.
Good.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. With the pick itself, I think we kind of we shortchanged ourselves a little bit because I think they leave you alone for like we'll be back in a half hour, and I think generally what they do is they come back and they kind of ask you what you're thinking. They mediate a little bit, maybe eliminate one of the barrels, and then leave you alone again. But after that first half hour, we had already picked. Like, yeah, we want this one. So we could have probably drank a little longer, but I guess my
According to the
samples were pretty
text, it
much
said
empty.
you eliminated one fairly quickly, right?
Well, yeah, for science, I thought it was.
Troy eliminated one pretty quickly. Yes.
That's fun. JT's here. He just went on a barrel pick too. I think I
Oh,
saw some.
Well,
some...
that's a picking machine right there.
That's a weekly event for JT.
Is it? Yeah, but did you see who he picked it with? Who's not
No,
here today so far? Tommy D was on that pick with him.
Oh, very cool.
The Tommy D.
What group was that?
I don't know. St. Louis.
St. Louis Bourbon Society.
I was gonna say it's an old elk.
Oh,
Yeah.
Old elk. Yeah.
There you
That's
go.
awesome. The podcast in the house.
Hey,
Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button.
You're hitting
And
me
of course, we got Nat.
oh,
Yeah. Handsome
If
Devils.
I'd have been thinking, I'm on vacation I got 14 family members in the house here. I should have had them all tune in. We could have.
We could have
bumped
upped
their
our view
numbers.
count.
We could-
Yeah.
yeah,
That's,
we
like
could up the
switch
numbers.
with, you know,
Just run back in there real quick.
just run in there and
I
just
just need to give them a subscribe.
Just
Yeah.
just
go
go
ahead and
like,
introduce them. Why don't you introduce them all to our audience here?
yeah. Just walk around.
I will say Troy was not wrong about his drop. Laura brought that C sample out last night and was kind of just handed it to me. I said, "What is it?" "Oh, I'm not telling you." I sipped on it for a minute. I said, "I'm not a fan." She's like, "Well, it's that Riff C we didn't like." And I'm like, "Good," because I still don't like it. So
Well, I could imagine because
I'm
I
still
noticed
happy
just in
with-
the picks we have how much variation there is. So I'd
It was
bet you that would be a fun one.
significant. Yeah, it was
And
significant.
that one was a few months older than the other two, so I'm wondering if it had maybe been passed on before, or
Yeah.
I don't know. But
How long do they age the rise? Is it 4 or 5?
yeah, they're just a little over 4 years.
Just a little over 4, yeah.
Yeah.
But
For
I
sure.
can't say they gave us
Couple
anything terrible. I mean,
Yeah.
that's not. It was still a great. It just wasn't. It just didn't. That one for me was no palate. It hit you with rye spice, and then it had just a ton of finish. Very sweet, that rye spice, but there was like no front end on it. It just was flat for me on the front. So, and then
Yeah,
I
just
think
seemed a little
everybody kind of
weaker.
hit that one and was like, "I'm out. I don't like that." So it was
I
made
gave
it
it plenty of
easier.
opportunities.
You
Yeah.
did.
I kept trying to talk myself into liking it, but I think we can eliminate that one.
So how was picking it with Troy? Because Troy's pretty like straightforward and blunt with things. It's either good or bad. So I could see that C being like, no, not this.
Yeah, I believe
Yeah.
Troy's words were, "Can we all just agree that C? Well, I won't. He is done. We're
Stinks.
done with C. Yeah, stinks. Yeah. Can we can
I'll
all
say it,
just
it
agree
sucks.
that C stinks? That's it. We're done. And that was the end of that. So we were back to our A and B. But I think everybody was there prior.
Yeah, I
But
think
it was true Troy fashion to just that one was over.
I want to see Troy and James Smith in the same barrel pick once, just for fun.
Yeah, because I wouldn't even be tasting whiskey. I'd just be making fun of his notes.
It might turn into a fight.
You do not get cardamom.
No, that's not. Yeah,
Yep. So that sticker is found. Let's see if we have it here. We can.
oh, the sticker alone.
Yeah, and Corey's partnering up with us. He wasn't able to come on the pick, but he wants bottles, and he made us this nice sticker.
Look
He
at
thought of
that.
this
Look
Awesome
at that.
within an hour of me asking him to do one.
Right.
And,
Corey's pretty creative. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. That sticker's awesome. I'm stoked just to get a few of those.
Oh yeah.
for sure.
But yeah.
Maybe one poster size.
Oh, Nat, I'm not sure what this means. Hey Troy, try the Mississippi mating call. Watch him come running. I'm not sure what's.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't even know what she's referring to. What?
I don't know. It must have worked.
Oh, well,
on me.
this is. There we
Oh.
go.
Yeah,
And the podcast definitely. Troy's internet looks amazing. Such a clear image. That Ohio. Yeah, you look solid tonight.
this is Ohio, or sorry, this is. I'm in the middle of Amish country. And, this on my
It's
phone,
pretty
so-
bad when the Amish have better internet than you, Troy.
Well, yeah, Eli's riding his bike here.
we don't have electricity, but we have better Wi-Fi.
Pedal harder. Pedal harder.
Hurry up.
The generator's being rung by a mule out back, but we can still get better reception.
I mean, I've got sheep within 30 yards of me right here.
Yeah. Are you sure it's not a goat?
There could be one in there, but mostly sheep.
Apparently, it's the rebel yell. I think this is a little bit beyond me, but yeah.
I'll make her give the mating call, and I'll record it and put it on the flannel panel. Get ready, Nat. Warm up
Not
your
sure. Jump clap. I'm not sure where you're going with that, but yeah.
And as a side note of this bourbon trip, Eric and Laura, see, we met on Sunday. They met us down there, and they already had breakfast, but they liked the place so well that we all went back on Monday. And tell them about this concoction we had for breakfast down there, Eric.
Well, I believe they just call it the kitchen sink, so that's a good start. But it was a waffle, and on top of the waffle they put a tater tot waffle, which was basically just tater tot smashed into a waffle shape.
It was like a double waffle.
Yep, and then it had 2 homemade biscuits with sausage gravy.
on top or on the side?
On top of that.
No, it's going vertical.
And then it had bacon on it, maybe. But then it had southern fried chicken breast that was like cut in half and stuck on top of that. And it came out like this.
I did see some green on it. There was like a lettuce leaf somewhere.
Arugula.
They sprinkled some arugula to make it healthy.
Yeah, there we are.
And also a couple eggs. I think there was a couple eggs on top.
Oh, there was
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
That's the second time I've heard of arugula for breakfast. Grease had a little clip the other day. It must be the new thing.
Oh,
Yeah, I've been
yeah, on
trying
that
to get
barrel
off it.
pick thing.
Makes you
It was
feel
the stories or what I saw that too. Yeah,
Makes you feel good.
roughage in the morning.
Yes.
It was
said
solid breakfast for sure.
I sent a picture of that to Patty. She was giving me a hard time. I said, "There's arugula on it."
That's it. You just had to zoom into the arugula and just forget the
Yeah.
rest of the picture. You'd have been fine.
Well, the food's going to be good if Troy sends a food pic, because
Yeah,
Troy's
I
anti food pictures.
Well, sometimes I think guys get carried away because they take so many pictures. Their food's got to be cold before they ever eat any of that.
Amen.
Jump clap to that. What's that, Troy? Food pictures?
Well, they do like 15 pictures, and I'm just thinking about the time they finally dig in and start eating. That food's got to be cold. You know what I mean?
I see.
Fair enough.
I just had a hamburger on the grill and some mac and cheese. I didn't see anybody in pictures. I just
Why not, man?
Oh, my wife makes fun of me.
Really? Mine does too.
Just
Not you.
only for that.
Me. Yeah.
Well, you should have heard her when I told everybody that I had to cut out to jump on here tonight, and she's just like shaking her head. I knew as soon as I walked around the corner, she just got to start making fun of me.
Yeah.
He's gonna get on there with his little internet friends, and
Little. Hey.
compared to me, it's all-
I was the opposite. We had that big fancy Southern dinner last weekend,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I actually was trading plates with my boy Jared to have the most photographic plate so I could take a picture of it.
Yeah.
I'm not proud of it, but it happened.
What about whiskey pictures? Are those fair game?
Oh, fair.
yeah.
Troy's
because that
all
was-
in on those.
That's been my complaint. I thought I was in a bourbon group, and all we were talking about was freaking barbecue and Pop Tarts. So I'm like, remember we used to talk about whiskey once in a while, and that's what started the whole thing.
Pop Tarts are going around again too. Yeah.
Well, there's been some other groups trying to hop on that bandwagon. Like
Yeah.
they're
We're the
18 months
original.
behind our group, but they're having to say. I don't want to spoil. I can tell them how that argument ends. Blueberry wins in the end. Just-
Where's Casey? We need Casey. And Ty's out having some fun. Sad he can't join, but tuning in. Good to see you, Ty. He was out having some fun with his daughter shooting, I think.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And I thought Dave was gonna be in the comments tonight, but I haven't seen anything of him. He told me he was fading fast, so
Oh, yeah.
he gets up like a 4 every day for work. So I don't know.
So Dave was the another portion to this pick that you did, right? He was.
Yeah, and he should get more credit because he coordinates all these picks and does all of the communication with New Riff and stuff. So yeah, but
The heavy
he's pretty
lifting.
excited. Yeah, he would like us to maybe, if anybody would like a bottle, let me know, because right now he's got a bunch of them.
Yeah. Well,
Or he's got to have a bunch of them.
I'm definitely in it. I'm sure we'll get a few people that are interested in that.
Have they told us how many? I guess they won't know
No.
till they bottle.
There's nothing. We never thought to ask proof or anything, so we did email when we got home, but they don't proof it or anything until they bottle it, so we don't even know what the proof is yet or anything.
Oh,
Yeah.
But I would guess not very high. Would you think, Eric?
I mean, it's going to be that standard 112, 113, that new barrel.
Maybe I could see it even being 105, 108, or
That's my jam. 105 to 110. I'm all in for. Love that.
There's Melissa.
hey. Speaking of bunch of bottles, I finally got notification that all of my Oak and Thieves things are being delivered on the same day tomorrow. So I get to go drive to Evanston tomorrow.
Oh.
Wyoming bound. I have a case of whiskey and a case of wine we got from the Oz Winery with Corey. So I'll be doing some smoking the bandit on the way home.
Does the post office not go to Utah?
It's just not they're not allowed to ship it to Utah.
Oh.
So I have to I was debating on whether to say this out.
Yeah, we
loud
probably
on
want to talk
YouTube.
about this on.
I have to make a trip to Wyoming. No, I have friends in Wyoming that I drive out. It's only an hour and a half drive from here. It's actually a really beautiful drive. You actually drive right past High West. I usually stop by on my way.
In that, nice vehicle you got too makes it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's up and running. I can't. It'll be the first freeway flight for a little while. I'm excited.
Nice. Yeah, I saw my neighbor had a spec V out there. I'm like, oh, Jason. Thought a black one. I was like, nice. I miss Jason.
Although I'm learning my lesson. Having 3 black vehicles is
racist.
It's
get a white one.
I do. I sold Jared the white one, but no, I just a lot of whenever, and I like washing and detailing my vehicles, but 3.
So when you say you wash and detail, does that mean like with a sponge or driving through the car wash? Because that's how I like to do it.
I wish. I do have we have a car wash around the corner. The Range Rover and the truck go through the car wash, but because they have clear bra on them. I haven't clear bra'd the Cadillac yet, so I still hand wash that.
Yeah, in full disclosure, you can't hurt my Ford Edge. So we're talking different caliber cars too. I can see why you want to maybe use a chamois on yours.
Yeah, I'm running the Caravan, so
I never realized how much I had missed my truck. My son drove it to Oklahoma to pick up some of his stuff. He's been gone for about 2 weeks, and not a week or so. But I was like getting up to do honeydews, getting ready to throw some stuff in the bed of the truck, and I don't have a bed of the truck for a while, so no honeydews.
No.
So, Jason, do you clear bra just the hood, or are you doing the wrap on everything?
I just do the hood, the front bumper, or the front, basically the front, and then I clear bra the door slides so I don't bump into it.
I just wonder. I know a lot of guys are doing like the whole thing now. They're wrapping the vehicles.
Yeah, pretty much anywhere like you're gonna ding it as. So, I mean, I lucked out with the Toyota. It was already done when we bought it. Okay. Actually, both of them were. Is that bigger in Utah than like ceramic? Because ceramic is huge around here. I think a little of both because it's the desert and there's a lot of.
Everything's bigger in Utah.
Everything.
I don't know if we caught that yet.
Yeah, I definitely caught it.
I'll take it. No, I have actually need to do a ceramic coat, but there's a lot of wind and desert sand and that kind of stuff, so it kind of helps out. But
fun. All right, what do you guys got going on? I think Eric, you have your pick that you're drinking tonight, right? Is that what you're tipping on?
Yes.
Yeah. You want to do a quick promo for that and
a promo for it?
Yeah. Tell us how many we should buy.
Give us your 30-second review.
pour a little more.
While he's pouring, I'll just tell you, I'm finishing off a bottle of Booker's I had open. This is the tag-along batch. I might have been drinking on this last week.
Sweet.
Never been.
I'm back into making room for all the new whiskey coming in, so I'm killing a bottle of RC6.
Oh, I've never tried the RC6. It's
Oh,
yeah.
Well, 2 ounces of this will end up in a sample bottle. I'll make sure you get it.
Well,
I don't want to cross platforms, but last week we had a bar night episode, and it was the theme was have your friend pick your sample. So like Dave picked one of my bottles for me to send in, and so we were tasting, and I picked what I thought was mine to win. You know what I mean? I thought this one's mine, although I liked the other one a little bit better. And it turned out the one I liked better was mine, and I voted it second, and it came in second. So I kind of screwed myself on that one.
That's what you get for trying to cheat.
Yeah.
It's
Trying to
gamesmanship,
win.
man. It's gamesmanship.
But that reminded me, because I think what one was an Maker's Mark.
Yeah, it was the
R2D2 or something.
FAO2, I believe. Yeah.
Was that the winner?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Was
Clint.
that Clint pulled one off there?
FAO2.
Yeah.
Which is funny. That's the only one I wasn't able to get. I have all the other ones, but I don't have the FAO2.
And Clint went from doormat to winning, was it 4 out of 6 shows?
Doormat. Doormat. Yeah, Clint.
He understands the premise now.
I did.
Go
ahead.
Go ahead.
I would say I did break down, and they had that new Fable and Folly, the new Orphan Barrel.
Oh yeah.
I was up and down on it. A lot of people said it was really good, but not worth $170. So it's in Utah. It was MSRP, so I paid $120 for it. So I figured if it was good for 170, if it was pretty good for 170, for 120, it'd be. It had good reviews. Everybody just saying it was too expensive, so we'll give it a shot.
All right, Eric.
Well, there's a lot going on in the nose, which I think is what won us all over right away.
Yeah, if I remember right, the nose really.
I mean,
knocks us out.
the nose is just, it's everywhere. There's caramel, vanilla, I even know brown sugar, maybe even a little baking spice. But the palate on it is like a creme brulee. It's kind of buttery and creamy. It's got a really good mouthfeel to it.
I don't remember a whole lot of like rye notes, to tell you the truth. You know, I didn't get.
There's not a lot of. It doesn't hit you with that rye spice. You can tell it's a rye, but it's not overly rye. But it does have like a little peppery on the finish, just enough to let you know it's there, but not like some of those other ryes that'll just beat you down. So I think everyone's really gonna like it.
I think it's pretty easy drinking. It's one of those ones that could get you in trouble, I think.
Yeah,
nice.
well, like I said, yeah. And I
Not
think
much doesn't get
he's
you in
right.
trouble, Troy.
It might be around 107 to 100. Yeah, it's not real hot. I think the last pick Troy was on that new Riff, they pulled out like a 116, which is like one of their highest that they've done.
That's this one.
Yeah, while we were there, I don't know if we told them the right. What's the proof on that?
115.9.
115.
Yeah, they said their highest ever is 116.1. So we thought we were the highest for a second, but we're just a little under it.
Yeah, I haven't cracked that yet. Yeah. Maybe tonight. We'll see.
That's a very good bourbon.
Yeah. I'm rocking some Wild Turkey 101. I call it,
let me just tell you.
Can't go wrong.
I call it my friend. I call it my friend.
That is my favorite.
Exactly.
Is it the regular or the rye?
I can't get the rye. Just the regular up here. Yeah.
The rye is so amazing.
Yeah. So just the regular. What's the story with 101, Troy?
Well, so we're out here, and all I had brought with me on the trip was Booker. So we got here Sunday. So Sunday night I drank Booker's. Monday I went to the liquor store, bought a Wild Turkey, and drank, I think, darn near 2/3 Monday night. And then Tuesday, I don't know. I thought I was well behaved, but somewhere during the day Tuesday, Patty told me that I would not be repeating that performance. So I'm on a little bit of a timeout.
So it's back to the high proof Bookers.
Yeah, but it's back to Booker sipping.
Just sipping on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tommy D's in the house.
Hey.
Tommy, we were talking about you a bit earlier with your barrel pick with JT and that old elk. Saw that beard in the picture. instantly recognized you. So yeah, we don't get the rye. We don't get Wild Turkey 101 rye here at all, and I'm sad about that. But
Yeah, it's very, very good.
and the rare breed rye too. Even rare breed's hard to find up here right now.
Yeah.
I'm sad.
I
About
really
that.
like the rare breed ride.
I really need to not send you a care package really soon. It sounds like everything you're missing is everything we can get. We can't get much, but we can get those two.
Yeah,
We'll
the
have
rare
to,
breed rye, I think, is again we'll cross pollinate, but that's won a few rounds that everyone has sent it to. I think different people have sent it for different rounds, and it wins almost every time.
Yeah, and for those that don't know, that's Barn Night at Home, and it's barnnight.com. We'll get you to that YouTube page, and they have some great competition. You guys send a bunch of samples in and challenge each other and see who wins with some samples. It's a lot of fun.
Troy gets mad if he doesn't win.
That Wild Turkey 101 rye is that's Nat's bed pour. She has a bottle of it in the nightstand.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the rye. That's
just in case. So when you're doing like the live stream with the podcast and stuff, she doesn't even
always
order
classy.
drinks anymore. She just takes the 101 rye out of the nightstand and pours her a
Yeah.
glass. Hey, Zach.
Zach Jones in the house,
Hey,
and Melissa's finally got her YouTube figured out with her actual name.
Oh,
there we go. Melissa Shriver. If you haven't checked her out, Melissa makes on, I guess, Instagram, but she does some fantastic, what is it? Like merch. I guess we could call it merch. So if you want to
for a
custom
lot of
Together
hat
and
or
get a
whatever,
t-shirt made.
yeah.
I've sweated through all my hats, Melissa. I'm gonna have to make another order.
Yeah, some t-shirts and hats and anything really. Glenn's and flasks. It's awesome stuff. So check that out if you're got a home bar or something that needs some merch for. Yeah, so Wild Turkey 101 is in the glass tonight. I call it my friend. It's usually like the go-to pour. You know, it's actually jumped up a bit in price here, but it's still, you know, it's that friendly. You know what's coming.
And plus, I don't feel bad about drinking it because you know you can get more of it. You know,
Yeah,
some things
exactly. Yeah, I totally agree.
I may have mentioned it last week on the show. I can't remember but we stopped at the duty free, you know, on our fishing trip, and it was really pretty sparse this year. There was really not much of anything worth buying in there. I think my son bought a Jack Daniel's bottled and bond, which is pretty cool. One of the like duty free releases. So that was
1
pretty
liter.
good. But other than that, yeah, the liter. But other than that, there wasn't a whole lot there.
Yeah, I haven't been drinking as much whiskey lately. It's been a lot of tequila and some gin here and there. So it's been kind of, maybe that's my summer drinks. I don't know, but yeah,
It's either you're going light for the summer or you're on a slippery slope.
Yeah, it could
I've
be.
never been tough enough for gin. I love the smell of it. Nat loves gin, but I can't do it. It's just way too bitter for me.
Here's the cheat code for gin: put grapefruit juice in it, and you can't taste it.
We stopped at Middle West in, help me out there, Columbus, Troy? Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And did a little tour there and a tasting and got a couple bottles, but they had a gin. Laura does not like gin either, but I do like gin, and it was fantastic. I mean, it was really, really good. So if you ever see the Middle West on the shelf, you should grab one.
Yeah, we have one from Quebec. Those what's Letterkenny say? Those
D-gens.
D-gens. That's the D-gens from up country. But they make it's a high. It's like it's 46%, so it's a bit higher proof than normal gin, and I feel like it's super solid. But yeah, tequila just goes down too fast though. It's super dangerous. That's slippery.
There's Dave.
Slippery slope. Yeah.
Where you been, Dave?
Dave is here. And Conway just tuned in and says, "Where's all the flannel?"
Hey, it was 105 here, so I went flannel adjacent. I went as close as I could.
I got the flannel on with shorts right now because it's pretty hot, right? It's pretty humid here right now.
I'm on vacation. I didn't pack a flannel.
As a matter of fact, it was funny. Nat actually had to approve the apparel when I was walking down the stairs. She goes, "What are you wearing now?" I showed her. So it's
like
plaid. It's close.
What is that shirt? It looks great.
This
what
one?
Brand? Yeah.
Oh, it's actually a polo, I think.
Oh, cool.
I've had
I
it
like-
forever. It's comfortable as hell. It's kind of like that Oxford woven cotton fabric.
I like that a lot.
Kind of makes me look like a giant traffic cone, but
I don't think so. I think you look great. It's like my green one that my wife calls my.
I'm starting to
Ninja
embrace
Turtle
bright
one.
colors. Normally, I like to wear black and just hide it as possible, but
Yeah.
screw it.
A breakfast
At
gin.
worst, I
from-
just look like a hot air balloon floating around and making people happy.
Oh, come on. A breakfast gin from Few. That's
Yeah, I wonder
good.
what that tastes like. Is there maple syrup in it?
Well, do you have it at breakfast? Like, is it just gin that you have at breakfast? I don't.
Yeah, I
I
think
don't
so,
know
yeah.
what that means. Yeah.
But
What's your
Jason,
favorite breakfast cocktail?
Hold on, Conway. What was that, Troy?
I was just gonna tell Jason that we missed him last week because we were 50-50 with Americans and Canadians, and they were
Dude,
they
I
were trying
wanted
to
to be
gang
there
up on
so
us.
bad. You have no idea how bad that day was.
Yeah, you
I
needed.
wanted to be there so bad.
That was fun, Dave. We'll get Dave back on again and have a 3-on-3 maybe.
Yeah, he was a
Hell
lot of
yeah.
fun.
That'll be fun. Although maybe Conway will have to come on as like a half and half.
Well, yeah, I need
Canadian
to talk to Conway
and-
first, 'cause
Mediator.
I don't know.
He's the liaison.
He's the mediator. Yeah, maybe
Where's his
that's it.
loyalty?
Yeah,
I don't know.
that'd be
Yeah.
great. Yeah. I love that. And what were you saying? What's the breakfast cocktail? Is that what
Yeah. What
the
do you got?
thought
What's
is?
the best?
all
Y'all Bloody
if
Mary
I was to
people or-
drink, probably just a screwdriver for me.
Yeah,
Screwdriver.
I'm a Bloody Mary. If I'm having a
Orange
drink
juice
at
and
breakfast,
vodka.
Bloody Mary.
Is it Bloody
Although-
Mary or Caesar? What is it?
Well, it's
We
a
call
Caesar.
it-
It
I
has
honestly don't
gin.
know the difference. It's got tomatoes in it, so they can go to hell.
Caesar has gin.
Oh,
A
Caesar has gin, I
Bloody
didn't know that.
Caesar, I believe, has gin, and a Bloody Mary has vodka.
Mm,
I did not know that. Not up
I'm
north.
pretty sure.
Not those D-gens.
yeah, we have
Um,
clam juice.
we had a
That's great.
we, we we had a breakfast drink
Oh.
in Dallas that was made with coffee and rum, and I don't remember what else. It was an old fashioned espresso.
Oh, cool.
If you're right, and it was unreal.
Peach Bellini. That's a solid.
For the
choice.
record, Melissa wins.
Patty-
Those are. Hey, I'm more than happy to sport a peach Bellini. Those things are delicious.
Patty was drinking mimosas this morning.
I'll just go straight for a whiskey. To be honest, I'm not much into
Hair of the dog, baby.
Yeah, I'm not much into the fancy cocktail stuff. But
Oh, I'm.
or let's go. Maybe I'll do tequila in the morning, whiskey in the evening. We'll
I
see.
guess it depends if like somebody's serving me a drink or if I have to like make it myself. 'cause
Yeah.
I'm not functioning that well in the morning. I just like coffee with something in it, maybe like an Irish coffee or something.
That's true. Yeah. Well, what is your Irish coffee then? Is your Irish
Well-
coffee made with like Bailey's or is it made with whiskey?
No, I would just put whiskey in it. And I
Yeah,
don't know if
okay.
that's a true Irish coffee.
Yeah,
Is
we
there
need
cream
Eric
in
to.
I think that's
I
probably
usually
the
don't even put
truest
cream in
Irish
my
coffee.
Yeah.
Everything else is just fluff.
Yeah, I usually just drink black coffee.
Tommy D says whiskey
Mm.
sour because it
He's
has
got
an
a
egg in
point.
it. That could be.
Has nutritional value.
Jason,
Officially.
did you say what yours is?
I can't stop thinking of peach Bellinis now. Thanks, Melissa. Those are delicious. I want one right
Started
now.
Pop
me a
out.
morning off
From
with
a
a beer.
face. I don't like tomatoes, so I'm not a Bloody Mary guy, and anything added to juice. I was gonna
Wait,
say
you
I'm
don't
a
like
fruity guy,
tomatoes
but I
at
don't.
all?
Hate them.
Any tomato?
They have to be stewed beyond recognition or turned into ketchup.
Sun
about
dried. I like sun dried tomatoes.
Oh, they can go to hell too.
Oh, Jason.
Hey,
we usually
seriously-
align on a lot of
I've
things
never
that we
been-
like, but I don't know.
I mean,
That's
I'm getting better. It's like stewed tomato. No, they have to be pulverized. I don't like raw tomatoes. Have a weird tinny flavor to me. They just taste like you're licking a tin can. And the sun dried are the same way, but
really.
yeah. And then like I like the flavor of cooked
Knows
tomatoes,
what time it is.
but the texture is gross. So, yeah. Ugh.
I disagree. I'm all about tomatoes.
I had actually one that
Opposite
it just triggered a PTSD. I have to say it. Have to work it through therapy, like Matt says. It's the first time I went with Matt on I mean, so now, you know, she brings in psychologists and these big fancy authors from all over the world. They speak to the community. And then after they have this big fancy dinner. And her mentor has this beautiful big sprawling house up in the mouth of the canyon. And it's a beautiful event. And she finally had enough guts to invite me to go. And this is one of those multiple fork events. And
Oh,
martinis and the whole nine. And I'm so nervous. So I get there and I don't want to do anything to embarrass her. I'm being as polite as I possibly can because I can be polite when I have to be. I do know which fork goes with which, but so we all sit down and there was this, I forgot the name of the author, but he's a world-renowned psychologist and Bible scholar and all this other stuff. And they're sitting down and there's about 12, 15 people and Nat's mentor, which she was an amazing woman, rest in peace. And I did not want to screw it up. So we sit down and the very first course, the appetizer course, was this stuffed mushroom or stuffed tomato, excuse me. It was a raw tomato hollowed out and shoved with everything else that I absolutely hate in the world. It had shrimp and celery and onions.
Oh
and
man, I'm all in.
it was terrible. You guys would love it. It was
This sounds
I
fantastic.
know.
It was torture.
he
It was
just took
torture.
his
I'm
fork
serious.
and flung it.
And I start cold sweats because I have to eat this son of a bitch because Nat's there. And I don't want to be the person that sends food back. And her mentor's right next to me. Like I'm right to the right. She's at the end of the table. I just smile and I just
Grin and bear it.
just got down this.
Can I get some cheese sticks?
Got down
torture
on
tool?
it. Went down on that tomato.
Oh, and I did. I just, it was tough. I had to summon everything inside of me to keep
That's
from coming
true love.
outside of me.
That is true
And
love.
I did. I killed it, and she didn't notice. So I was very proud of that moment. So
That's hilarious. I like caprese salad, like
I'll eat the mozzarella
slab
out
of
of it.
tomato, mozzarella.
If I have
some
caprese salad, you'll
some
just
salt and
get,
pepper. It's delicious.
You'll just get tomatoes and basil back with no mozzarella.
Oh man, tomatoes are great. What about Tommy says, what about Italian food?
See, I love Italian food. Like I said, I love
Yeah,
the flavor of stewed
I like
tomatoes and tomato
marinara and
sauce.
ketchup.
But like I said, the sauce, I don't like chunky tomato, like some of the.
That.
Yeah.
Where'd we go? I don't know.
Oh yeah, that was really cool because right
Okay,
after
good.
that dinner,
Safe.
had this amazing intellectual dinner, and then we left at 8:30 and drove to my brother's for a UFC pay-per-view.
Oh, fun.
Oh,
It was
thought
the
you were gonna
best
say
of both
Waffle
worlds,
Yeah.
and it was awesome because Nat fit right in both of them, and so did I. And
Oh,
that's
perfect.
kind of like the metaphor of a relationship. We're both willing to, even though we have very different tastes, we're both willing to meet in the middle and have a good time doing it. Hey, James.
James is here, and
hey.
I'm not sure if Melissa just wants McDonald's or if tomatoes. Did you get is it tomatoes on McDonald's?
I think that
Not
was her
much.
guess as to where they went afterwards.
Oh, I see. Maybe.
Oh.
See, it's a good thing
yeah.
Eric's here because we don't know
Man,
what's
I'm
up.
lost with the chat.
Because
yeah.
I also was ready for where'd we go after that? I was like, Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, we went to
That's what I was
UFC fight and picked
Oh,
up
I
pizza on the way
thought
there.
Nat was so impressed with him going down on that tomato. Yeah, I went a different way, but anyways.
I officially just bit my tongue right there. I
I
want
tried.
credit. I want credit for restraint right there.
I'll give you all the credit.
Thank
You
you.
get a challenge token for that.
A challenge coin. Speaking of challenge coins, those flannel panel coins. I have to get some sent out to people. So
I did find a few extra too. So
did you?
those, by the way, were also
Through Melissa?
created and procured by Melissa as well. Those are from Melissa's
They're beautiful.
shop.
So I'm gonna promote the podcast a little bit. This was my favorite thing I brought home from Whiskey Weekend. These
Okay.
Glen toppers are so cool. Like they're like machined out of something. And then these flannel panel toppers are so great too. Jason went above and beyond and set up these really cool things. So again, Melissa just knocks it out of the park with all this fun stuff she does. So check her out if you got that home bar and have a little logo or something. It's great stuff.
She can get
Yeah,
your glasses, anything. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, we need to. Speaking of which, if anybody wants one of those, I think I have a couple extra. So DM me, I can send one out. A coin. Did you get? You got some, right, Eric? Some of those coins?
I do not have a coin.
Oh,
He wasn't
I
at
will fix
Whiskey
that.
Weekend.
They fit-
Yeah,
No, I was not there. Yeah,
we'll have to
you
get you
missed
some.
it. Remember?
I'll
Like
definitely
last
fix
minute.
that.
It's part of the swag bag for being on the show.
There you go.
Do they fit on top of your Glen too, or no?
They
Yeah.
do. It's perfect.
Yeah, but so
Awesome.
the one side that says Wendy's, that's my home bar. It has a
Right.
little special. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that has a little
That's
reader
awesome.
on it.
Cool. So yeah, awesome. Like it'd be great for your bar night at home too. You could cap it for a bit and
Yeah.
they're
Mhm.
cool. They're great. Those challenge coins things are cool. Jason gave me one from the Whiskey Tribe forever ago. And and I love that thing. They're so good at just topping a Glen. And
Is that the gold one, right?
yeah.
Those are the ones that we definitely did not steal when we went to the Whiskey Tribe sommelier program.
Gotcha.
They were
Definitely did not steal them. Yes,
Right.
definitely did
Yeah,
not.
it's definitely not a cult.
they were
Yeah.
definitely not. Yeah,
Uh,
that was a trip. We had to sample 50 whiskeys in 2 days
hmm.
and
That's
be able
tough.
to tell about them and talk
That's-
about them. I guess it was 3 days, 50 in 3 days. It was really tough.
Troy's like different ones or just 50 whiskeys because he's done
Yeah.
that Wild Turkey
Yeah,
101
exactly.
the other day.
That's just 2 bottles, 25 and 25.
No.
Yeah, that's cool though. Yeah, you guys have you guys done anything with the tribe since, or you got any plans for
Not
that stuff?
yet, per se. To be honest, it's the groups that we have to kind of pick and choose who we're,
Mm-hmm.
So of course, Whiskey Weekend is top of the priority.
Yeah, and
Then if we have anything left over, and then actually, we just signed up to go on a Scotland trip with its bourbon night.
no
Their
way.
Patreon are doing. They're going to Scotland in May,
Wow,
so
I'm surprised.
which is going to
Well,
be.
that
that?
makes so much sense for it's bourbon night.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah,
the
I'm
reason I want to go.
surprised
It's an amazing trip. It's capped at 20 people, but that's the best part. I looked at the itinerary, and they're taking a tour of Isla. They're taking a tour of pretty much Bruichladdich and Lafroig, all the smokiest, peatiest whiskeys there are. We get to go tour and
sweet mother.
taste, and I want to be there to see the look on everybody's face when I drink them. And
Oh,
they try
I'm
them.
all in for that. Oh, that would be great.
It's like it wins on 2 fronts.
Troy's
I'm
drinking Wild Turkey 101 in the car.
I'm a Scotch guy, so I'm going to love the experience itself, but also I get to
Yeah.
watch a lot of bourbon people pretend to like peated whiskey.
I should.
I think that would be an awesome
see if
trip.
I
I'd
can
love to see
find
that part of the world.
Liberty Pole in Pittsburgh just did a peated bourbon. And,
They're actually pretty tasty. I haven't had that one, but I've had a peated bourbon from. what's the name on that?
Minnick just did this one, and he ranks it really high. I'm not a huge fan of peat or Scotch, so I mean, I can drink it. It was okay. I did the sample. It actually grew on me a little bit. It wasn't terrible. Laura hated it, but that is I guess it's supposed to be like one of the better peated bourbons, and it's made in Pittsburgh. So
We started out as Scotch people, mostly
Yeah.
because most of our whiskey has come out of our whiskey enthusiasm started with travel. And
Right.
so a year before Whiskey Weekend Batch 1, we did a UK tour, a cruise around the UK, and got to just fall in love with the place. And I like malty stuff anyway. So I love barley and the flavors. So I started from Scotch and then transitioned when I found the podcast and became a bourbon guy.
Yeah, that's a fun story. I wanted to like Scotch. I thought I wanted to be a real man. So I bought a bottle of Glenmorangie Original, and I cracked it, poured it in a rocks glass, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. I'm gonna like Scotch. Tasted it, and I almost puked. Like it was terrible.
That is so funny that you picked that, because
Yeah.
even being that's the one bottle everybody says is a good starter.
It's
I've never
not.
been a fan.
It's
I
terrible.
like the Glenmorangie line. Glenmorangie, excuse me.
I like their finished stuff, but that
they're
one,
basic. That's their basic.
Yeah.
The Glenmorangie that you had, that basic 10-year, is kind of the equivalent of, we'll just say, base maker's mark. It's just nothing fancy.
Peach juice, like just if you get a like peach juice from the store or whatever, you either love that or you hate it. I feel like it's that polarizing, and that's the way I felt with that. I was like, I hate this. I thought it was corked. I researched corked bottles because I was like, did I get a bad one from the store? Like it was that bad to me. I let my buddies try, and they're like, no, it's fine. I was like, no, it's just like, this is terrible. Then I bought Isla Scotch, and I was like, oh, I could handle this, which is funny because it's very potent compared to that.
Yeah.
And then I grabbed a bottle of bourbon. That's kind of the journey I took, was those three, and then but I choked down that Glenmorangie just trying to be a man, but I guess it didn't work.
It's because it's funny, because I've always loved bourbon.
Yeah.
Well, I've always liked bourbon. I fell in love. This sounds cheesy, but I fell in love with the community.
I agree.
And I became a bourbon guy because bourbon guys are cooler. I'll say it.
I like to think so.
Yeah.
I really, and
I think there's a little less now. It's changing. I think there when we were into it, there's a little less prestigiousness with it. Now it seems bourbon's kind of caught on to that a little more.
It is
in certain circles, not ours, but yeah. So I completely agree with that. The bourbon community that we know is awesome. Yeah,
exactly. I guess I should have been a little more PC about it, but the bourbon community that I've attached myself to is the best.
100%. Yeah, and let's throw that into the podcast. I think that's kind of
no matter what it is, no matter what you're collecting or where you're going, there's always going to be the look at me types that are doing it just for
sure.
And I stay away from that.
Like grilling time and stuff, but
more of the.
Love that guy.
I thought I'd get a better reaction than that. Goodness.
I tried. I thought, oh man, I wonder if he realized that. And then
he's my neighbor, kind of. He lives up the street.
It looks great.
But no, more of the guys that do it just to, we all know it. The stereotypical 300 bottles and 2 bottles open kind of a thing.
Oh, Chris Hoopy's here.
From
Boomtown. There you go. That's gonna be that will be cool. That trip's gonna be awesome. Speaking of peated stuff, Lot 40 is my jam. Canadian. It's probably their best stuff. Like one of the best Canadians that I've actually enjoyed.
You're the best Canadian we've actually experienced.
Oh, you're sweet. But this is a peated one. It's cast strength peated. And I bought this, like the moment it came out, I ran to the store and bought it. I was like, oh, I'm excited for this because I like peat and I love the rye. I smell it. I'm like, this smells like dirty diapers. Like I have a couple toddlers, and that diaper pail, if you've had kids, I'm like, this is disgusting. And all the reviews I've seen from local people are like, this is so great and all. And I'm like, are you just trying to get like in good with the distillery with your Instagram page because it's terrible. So I'm giving it another shot, but it's,
I've gotten to the point where
peated stuff, you either like it or hate it, I think.
Subtle smoke just kind of gives, like I have a bottle of High West. It's a Rendezvous rye that was finished in an Isla barrel.
Yeah.
And thank you, Dustin Whitaker. It was a gift from him, and I love it. And I love him for giving it to me. But it's almost like it's just enough peat to kind of twinge it a little bit. It's not my favorite. It doesn't go into anything crazy. Exactly. It just kind of gives it like that little aftertaste of maybe something.
Yeah, and that's saying it must be that iodine Band-Aid diaper smell. Maybe that's it. It's such a small peat portion in this. And I believe it's Lafroig barrels that they ended up getting for this, but it's like, and I love Lafroig, but this is weird.
See, Lafroig for me is not. I mean, I love anything Bruichladdich. Like
Yeah,
the
no,
Port
that's
Charlotte
terrible.
is my favorite.
That's not good.
Port Charlotte
Ugh.
is my favorite, and I also love Kulela a lot. Some of
Yeah,
their smoked Kulela stuff.
you sent me a sample of Port Charlotte.
I love, yeah.
Whatever that was the best peated Scotch I've ever had, and I got Octomore and all that stuff. But that Port Charlotte, whatever that one was that you sent, was
That was
so good.
that was actually, we got that in the duty free in London. I think that was the Port Charlotte duty free one.
Oh, that's cool.
So
you're into the Scotch world. So does the Scotch world do like barrel picks? Like, is that I mean, obviously we don't see them here.
They call them independent bottlings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you don't see a lot of like we have it, where like distributors will go in and make their own. You see independent bottlers like
Scotch Malt Whiskey Society.
Yeah, well, and
Gordon MacPhail.
There we go.
Yeah.
Gordon MacPhail and some of these other ones, they'll do like a contract independent bottling. You don't see a lot of like store picks and stuff.
Okay. So they'll go in and buy
when they
barrels.
want to do a blend where they get a single barrel, they'll go through Gordon MacPhail or
and Douglas Lang.
Yeah, stuff like that.
So that's like Compass Box, and like I'm sure you've heard of some of those, like
so
Big
like
Pete and that kind of stuff. Yeah, they're just
Which
a blend of a whole bunch of distilleries, and it's kind of cool. Some of that stuff is really neat. The Bourbon Junkies, I think, do stuff with Scotch Malt Whiskey Society, and some of the whiskeys that they pull out of those are really cool especially for bourbon drinkers, because you can really marry that transition pretty well. Or you can go really off the wall and get that weird malty Scotch grossness like Glenmorangie original, and I have. But yeah, Troy, one day you'll like it.
Do you guys follow the Scotch Test Dummies? Any you watch their stuff?
Yeah,
I think Scott works for.
That's right. I just saw it. I haven't really been paying much attention to them lately. I haven't been paying much attention to anything Whiskey Tube, but I think he was on the Bourbon Junkies with that. I think, wasn't he?
He retired from his job and got on with them, and
that's right.
He's an ambassador now, or what he does. But
yeah.
That reminded me of a funny story when we went to the Crowded Barrel launch party back in 20. Whenever it was. It was the same, similar to what they just had a bunch of booze and vendors, and I got lost in it, and Nat disappeared. And so we meet up again, and she has this guy in tow going, "Hey, Jason, I met this really cool person. Have you ever met these guys?" And it was the Scotch Test Dummies. So she was over there gabbing and talking shop with the Scotch Test Dummies. She drug them over to meet me. She had no idea who they were. It's like, these are pretty cool dudes.
That's hilarious.
They were one of the first channels I started watching.
Yeah, I agree.
The cool guys, really cool guys.
They put out a lot of content.
Yeah.
That was the same event where Nat was two-fisting Balcones Brimstone.
Oof.
You're watching that.
That was. Yeah, it was funny. She come back with 2 glasses drinking. She says, "I don't know what you guys are worried about this stuff. You must be a bunch of pussies." Because it's heavily peated. It's actually peated with sagebrush, so it's really smoky.
Sounds terrible to me.
It is to most people.
Yeah.
They call it a tire fire, but Nat was just killing it. It was awesome.
And we got a jump clap. There we go. All right. Well, so we're 50-ish minutes in. I think it's about that time. Time for.
That was my favorite part.
Just the tip or tips.
Eric, are you familiar with just the tips?
I'm pretty sure. Anyway, never mind. So
familiar with it for years.
I didn't know if you knew what was expected out of you right now.
So just the tips is our segment where we give a recommendation or something like that for just anything, really. Could be a book, could be a whiskey, could be an experience, maybe not experience, depending on it is YouTube, so be smart. But anybody have a just the tip for the night? Oh, Conway likes the Brimstone.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
So Conway likes some peated Scotch too, I believe, doesn't he? He's into some of
think so.
those.
And this one's it's very different because it definitely has it's not peated per se. It definitely
Okay.
brings that smoke, the like sagebrush. Like when you're burning sagebrush, it has the same kind of spicy
interesting.
evergreen smoke to it.
Gotcha. I trust Conway a lot, so
Yeah.
I'd definitely give it a.
Well, while I'm rambling, I might as well give my just a tip. My tip is go see Nope, the new movie from.
All right.
Go see it in the biggest screen you can find, in IMAX preferably. It's crazy. So
I've seen the commercials.
oh, it's what's his name?
Beal.
Mhm.
Yeah, there we go. Jordan.
Jordan. Yeah.
And his
I
stuff's
just
pretty good.
listened-
I think this is easily his best, in my opinion.
Does anybody listen to Smartless podcast?
I
You know
do.
what that is? So that's Will Arnett, Jason Bateman, and Sean Hayes do a podcast called Smartless, and they just talk to all these actors and whatever. It's pretty good. They're funny. But they just had him on one of the episodes, and he was talking about all his movies and whatnot, and upcoming for Nope. So yeah, that's
It's
interesting.
definitely fun to watch.
I'll check it out.
Nope.
I have one, but I have two, but I think one I'm going to leave for Eric. But so it doesn't leave me with much. But all I have is, since I'm out here in Amish country, I just wanted to give a plug for. I'm a big Trail Bologna fan, and I just went by the factory today where they make it. So Troyer's Trail Bologna, made in Trail, Ohio, which is about 5 miles from where I'm at right now. But I take that to all the whiskey weekends and stuff. It seems to be a hit. That's something I grew up with that I can't find.
Do they deliver?
I think they have
Do
a
they
website.
ship?
I'm not
I mean,
sure.
Yeah,
should say.
they get on their horse and wagon, and they'll deliver it all the way to Utah. Yeah,
take
it's perfect.
I'll pay the shipping for that.
Yeah.
It's a staple. I think Eric actually picked some up on his way out of Ohio last week.
I did. It's already gone though.
Hey Troy, what are your top 3 things to do in Amish country?
Ooh.
Well,
And you
drink.
can't say sit and drink.
Oh shit!
Well,
That's 2 of them gone.
sitting and
we
drinking are gone. You're
We had a spirited round of miniature golf the other night, and I think we're just getting ready to go over and play some volleyball right now. So,
What does
I think the game just
spirited
started.
round of mini golf look like?
we actually made 3 teams of 4, and then took our average, best like composite average of the group one, which I was also medalist and our group won. So I'm taking great pride in that.
There you
2
go.
of them
Yeah.
won. Brand new course. Never been on the track before. First time, Eric.
Michael Williams here. What's going on? Dude?
Hey,
I got a package from Michael Williams, and I'm
we do
stoked
too.
for
We have that sample we need to do.
We
on-
got to do it.
and
We got
when
to get him
everybody
on and-
together. We need
Yeah.
to.
That'll be fun. We'll do that soon, hopefully.
Good choice.
That'll be good. Yeah. So Eric, do you have a just the tip?
Troy seems to think that I do.
I was just going to suggest you.
No,
talk about
I know what you're
about
gonna
Middle
say.
West. All right.
Oh no, I wasn't gonna say. Well, yeah. So Middle West is, if you see something on the shelf, I think they're doing really good stuff. But I think my tip tonight would be find somebody who knows a guy and get yourself a Maverick pick, because
Good
you're
call.
not going to be one. You're not going to be the one. Be the one that doesn't have a bottle for sure.
That's
So,
the best.
That's my
Everybody listening right now knows a guy.
That's true.
I know a guy.
That's true. We all know a guy. Might be the tease, might be Eric, but we know a guy that's got some. And
Time sensitive. You're reading this in 6 months. You're out of luck.
that's true. Hopefully out of luck.
Yeah, hopefully. If you're at 6 months out, message us anyway. It's fine.
Just in
Hey,
case.
we may be awesome in 6 months, and everybody's watching our backlog. You never know.
That's right.
Maybe we're already awesome. Just not
Yeah.
everybody's seeing
Just
it.
nobody
I
knows
mean,
it
I
yet.
I may do something that gets me canceled, and you guys are all going to figure out what the hell happened to me.
Oh, come on. I got another movie actually, Tenant. So the movie Tenant, have you seen that?
No.
It just hit Netflix up here. It's like a kind of sci-fi thriller where it's like time travel-ish or something. I heard
here,
about it.
though.
Yeah, probably. We get all the leftovers. So it takes
I'm not sure. They release things all over different places.
They do. Tenant is the movie. I don't know the actor or anything, but it's a pretty like deep movie that you gotta watch. So I'm gonna watch it again actually to see all the stuff I missed. But it's got a lot of character to it and a lot of like plot lines. That's pretty neat. So Tenet was the movie. I enjoyed that. What?
Wait, what?
What? Tenet.
Yeah, I know. I looked it up to see if it was available here. And it says I already
older.
watched it.
Yeah, you watched it. It was that
I don't
memorable.
remember.
But
That
now I'm trying to
memorable.
figure out
There's a skunk
it
8 feet
was.
from me right now.
A skunk?
Yes.
If
Son of a
Troy
bitch.
leaves,
Go poke it.
just the tip. Don't go to Amish country.
Just
with
Go
Don't
poke
pet
it. Poke the
the skunk.
skunk.
Yeah,
It
don't-
won't. It won't. It won't spray. You'll be
No,
fine.
he
let's
keeps it
watch.
the other way.
I should make Troy full screen just to watch his facial
They're
expression.
supposed to make really good house pets.
Offer him some whiskey.
He came up to the porch and then he left. So
Okay, you're good.
You bored the skunk.
he,
Yeah.
he did not subscribe or
Did,
like.
did he buy a bottle of
Yeah.
Maverick?
I played out for 2.
Prepared for that negative review online. Dang. We
Speaking
get a
of which,
thumbs up, thumbs down. We know who it was.
yeah, it's the skunk. Throw that like up, hit that button, subscribe if you're watching this and not subscribed, please do it. We're 5 away from 100, and apparently 100 is a big deal. I don't know what the deal is, but maybe it's just
Can't wait to
100.
find out.
Yeah, so let's try and make that. That'd be fun. Yeah, so Tenet was my tip. It's a pretty good movie that Eric's already watched,
just-
and yeah,
I want to compete with subscribers with Ty's daughter, who already has like 1,000.
Yeah.
Apparently, we need to do shorts.
Yeah,
But I thought
apparently
shorts
we need
was
to
just
hire
wearing
her as
shorts.
I'm wearing
as our,
shorts right now.
I know. I was like, I've been wearing shorts on every episode. What does that
I'm
mean?
not even wearing pants right now.
Oh,
I know you're part of our problem. We need more pants.
don't stand up. Or maybe that'll get us more subscribers. I don't know.
No,
Yeah. Well, Eric, where can we find you?
What is that? Greenway Stillhouse on Instagram.
Greenway also has a great logo. Yeah.
yes.
Yep. Yeah. That's where I'm at.
Greenway Stillos and barnight.com.
Barnight.com.
That's right, barnight.com. And he's up there with Troy, Dustin, and our buddy Clint. Fun to watch. Troy, where can we find you?
I'm mostly just doing the flannel panel streams on Instagram and drinking on my porch.
Drinking
Or
on his
basement.
porch. Yeah.
With a
so
skunk.
Visit the porch anytime. Jason,
I'm on Instagram. What is my name?
the world.
World of my
in
glass.
there
I can't. Yeah,
something.
one
Yeah.
of those. World of my glass.
So follow him.
Please.
And like and subscribe on us. We're Flannel Panel Streams. Also, the flannelpanel.com, I think, something like that. But anyways, it's fun.
Remember, we're old, so we're the learning curve on putting stuff up. We're still working how it works. We're still
That's
trying
it.
to figure out our VCRs from 1987. So we're working diligently through Instagram.
Yes.
Mine still flashes 12. You guys still there?
Yes.
I unplugged it. Yeah.
You just got a new nickname, Troy, from Nat. She calls you the porch skunk.
The porch skunk. Upcoming, we have a couple things that we're going to do. We got to get Michael Williams on to do this sample. Corey wants to do a live painting, which I think is going to be awesome. So we're going to get Corey, CD Reeves, and if you didn't check out his most recent painting, it is incredible.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
The
Yeah,
Beatles
it's
one?
awesome.
So cool.
the Beatles one is amazing. So check Corey out. Ty at 8 Times Up. Also, if you're subscribed to 8 Times Up Patreon, that little gift was pretty solid. So another thing to check out. And until next time, fellas, stay buttoned up.
See ya.
Cheers, everyone.